Sometimes when I can't find my room, I'll just sit and hold on to you. And it keeps me safe, yeah, it keeps me safe. And I really...
Alright, right, hello everyone. Oh, I need to turn this better. Perfect. All right, hello everyone. We have just 4 people watching now, but that's good enough. We're not gonna wait for people to show up because you know that this isn't particularly mandatory anymore with office hours and homework take up. So we're just gonna jump right into it. Let's go over a couple questions here. Okay. Let's just jump right into it. So let's take up let's finish the rest of the factoring questions here. I'll do it in green, so it's contrasting with the other colors, and then we'll take up a couple on worksheet 2, which is on this side here. Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, Antoinette. Good to have you join us today. So hopefully you've done some of the common factoring stuff here. So if we have something like this, once again, we need to first figure out what the GCF is. And the way we figure out the GCF is first we look at the numbers. What's the smallest number and what are the factors of that number? So looking at the smallest number, which is 3. Since 3 is the smallest number, we look at 1 and 3. And so if that's the case, then the 3 is divisible into both of these, so the GCF must be 3. And then for x, we see, does everything have an x? No, this one does not have an x, so there's no variable as our GCF, so it's just 3. So we write down 3, bracket, and then we divide each of these by 3. So x squared, 3x squared divided by 3, 3 divided by 3 is 1, so it's just left with x squared. 24 divided by 3 is 8, and we leave the x, and then 36 divided by 3 is 12, and there's our final answer. Okay, so this was what we talked about yesterday, which is GCF. Okay, so let's go through one more together, right? Hopefully you've done the work that you don't really need to go over it with me. But in case you haven't, I'll give you a minute or so to do question 5 after. So let's figure out the GCF here. Looking at the numbers, the smallest number is 10. And then so the factors of 10 are 1, 2, 5, and 10. Yes, all of these are divisible by 2. Yes, all of these are divisible by 5, but these are also all divisible by 10. And since we're looking for the greatest common factor, the largest one, we're going to say that 10 is the greatest common factor. For x, we check. This has x, this has x, this doesn't, which means x will not be part of the GCF. So we take out 10, bracket, and we divide each one by 10. 10 divided by 10 is 1, so just x squared. 30 divided by 10 is 3. And 20 divided by 10 is 2. And there's our final answer there. Okay, so I'm going to give you a quick minute to do question 5. So a quick minute. If you haven't done it already, do question 5. If you have done it already, good. Just wait just a quick minute and then we will get back to that. 5 seconds. All right. So the GCF here, we look at the numbers, 3, 15, 42. Smallest number is 3. And we check, are the other numbers divisible by 3? 15 is yes. 42 is yes. 42 is divisible by 3. Okay. So 3 is our greatest common factor. We take out the 3, and then we divide each one. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, so we have our x squared. 15 divided by 3 is 5. And then 42 divided by 3 is 14. Now, notice how we didn't take an x or a y because, well, if we look at x, not all 3 of them have x, and not all 3 of them have y. So you do have to look at each one. Like, first we look at 3, yes, we are divisible by 3. Then we look at x, no, not all of them. And then for y, not all of them. So you'll notice anything we don't touch, they still stay where they are. Okay? So that was worksheet 1. Should have taken you around 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes to complete these 3 questions from yesterday. Let's look over worksheet 2. Does anyone have any specific problems they want to cover in worksheet 2? I'm already going to do question 10, so that's not an issue. Are there any other questions here that you want to go over? Any other questions here? Just type it in the chat. Which questions do you want me to go over? Or quickly type it on Google Classroom. I'll have it open right now. Or email me right now, and you can go over it there. Okay, then I'll pick 2 questions and then we will get those done. So let's pick something with variables in it. So let's do 5 and let's do 8. So we'll do 5, 8, and 10. How about that? Okay, so first let's figure out the GCF. So looking here, the numbers 1, 3, and 4. What's the smallest number? It's 1. But we don't take out 1. So do we take out a number in this case? No, we do not take out a number. Then we look at the variables. A. Is A present in all of them? Yes, which means we do take out A, and the smallest exponent for A is 1, right? So we're just going to take out an A. For B, not all of them have B, so the GCF must just be A. So we're going to take out an A, and we're going to go through each one. So this one has A to the 1, A to the 1, so that means the A is completely gone. The next one also just has a single A, which means that's all gone. And the next one also has just the single A, so that's gone, because we've already taken it out here. And so there is our bracket. For our next one here, same idea. We're going to look at the numbers. 24, negative 1, negative 10. Smallest number is negative 1. Do we take it out? No. We're not going to take out a 1. Looking at the x's, all 3 of them does have x's. And which one is the smallest one? The smallest one's right here, this x. Okay. So we already know that our GCF is just going to be a single f. Or sorry, not f, x. And so we're going to take out an x, and then we're going to divide all of them by x, which means we subtract the exponents by 1. So this one is just going to disappear. We're just going to have 24 minus x cubed, subtract 1 is x squared, and then minus 10, x squared, subtract 1 is just x. And there we have it. Okay? And our last question here, number 10. 3x times x minus 3 minus x minus 3. So this was the trick question I said yesterday. It's not really a trick question, just a little bit tricky. Okay. The GCF here, right? these two brackets are exactly the same. Whenever you see two brackets that are the same, we're going to say, oh, that is the GCF, right? That's common. That's present. So we're going to take that out, and then we said, let's cross out those two brackets, and then what do we have left over? We have 3x, and then what? What's left over? 3x, then what? Any ideas? The 5 people that are here right now. 3x, then what? I'm missing something. What do I write here? Perfect. Christian's got it. -1. And the reason why it's -1 is because technically, if there's no number there, it's a 1, and we write down whatever's left over. So 3x minus that invisible 1. And so it's 3x minus 1. Perfect. Well done. So that was our homework from yesterday, and the rest of the office hours is just, does anyone have any specific questions that they want to go over right now? If not, we'll just end it there with taking up homework. Just be aware that there will be a quiz probably on Monday or Tuesday. I don't know which day I'm going to do it. Probably Tuesday for those watching now. So Tuesday is probably going to be the quiz. And it'll just be a lot about factoring stuff, right? Factoring and what was the first part? Expanding basic math skill stuff, right? The sum pair numbers, right? We know that stuff, so we're going to be doing that. Are there any other questions? Feel free to email me right now or type it in chat. If there are no questions, we will end it here. All right, I don't see any questions. All right, well, there's no questions in the chat. So, have a good rest of the day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.